Hello and welcome to our coverage of the WNBA on 2K Sports. And tonight we've got the Los Angeles Sparks playing against the Golden State Valkyries. Thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Suniga here with Brian Banafitemi and Tim Schwartz. Hey, when you come to play the Valkyries, you know the crowd is going to be heavily involved the whole way through.
Nothing like the traditional SoCal-NorCal rivalry. The upstart new Valkyries welcoming in one of the glamour franchises in the W, the LA Sparks, as they start up this rivalry.
And so for the Sparks, this is the first of 4 games they'll play this season against the Valkyries. Well, I know we're all happy to see Cameron Brink out there after she tore her ACL last season.
Only got to play in 15 games as a rookie, but we saw the talent that made her the 2nd overall pick, with Brink averaging over 2 blocks per game.
Burton, she's guarded by Plum. Burton gets the bucket.
She can time her passes so perfectly. What an assist.
And the Sparks with possession here. Outside Plum. To the paint. And the rebound goes to the Valkyries. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Pass to Hayes. 6 on the shot clock. Floats one. A rebound by Van Loo. Plum. Bambi outside. Back to Plum. Inside. Brink. That one goes. Count it.
That pass into the paint was dead on target.
And here's Burton. Pass to Fagbenle. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. To the middle. Stolen by Van Loo. And here comes the break. Here's Jackson. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Good heads-up play by Plum, moving the ball and creating for another shooter.
Now here is Thornton. Pass to Fagbenle. Hayes. Now Burton. Jacks up a 3. Brink grabs the miss.
Well, with a clear look at the basket, she doesn't really miss a lot of those.
And Thornton picks up the foul. That's her first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first quarter. Now here's Van Loo. She's guarded by Hayes. Clock at 6. Back to Plum. Fires from deep. The Valkyries pull it in. Pass to Burton. Billings. Tiffany Hayes on the wing. Defended by Van Loo. And it's good. 2 points.
And for Hayes, there's not really a fear of contact. Drives in hard and runs right through the defender to get to her shot.
Van Loo with it. Outside Plum. 11 feet out. Tried to bank it in, but misses. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first. Here's Hayes. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
First personal foul. First team.
Well, after retiring in 2023, Tiffany Hayes joined the Aces mid-season last year.
Yeah, good thing she came back, right? Ended up winning 6th Player of the Year, proving she's still a dynamic scorer.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for her. And we're about a quarter into the regular season. And I know you both have some clear championship favorites, but you're usually wrong, so I probably shouldn't listen to them.
Well, I have a couple of teams in mind, that's for sure. But it's always dangerous to make predictions this early into the season.
It's not like you. Usually you're making predictions about everything. There's still a lot of time, Brian and Blake. Things can change. There could be a blockbuster trade or a major injury that shifts the balance of power. So sorry, I'm not naming teams yet.
Now here's Plum. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Outside for Van Loo. Plum. Again, Kelsey Plum missing. Now Burton. Back to Hayes. It's hauled in by the Sparks.
You know, it's not been the best quarter for her as far as scoring. We'll see if she can get back on track.
Brink a screen. Back Benlay with the rebound. The Valkyries leading. Outside Hayes. And rebounded by Brink.
She is going to buy herself a ticket to the bench if she keeps shooting like she has this quarter so far.
Pass to Hamby. There's the triple. That's in for her first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Awesome to see zero hesitation from Hamby there. Gets the pass, gets the shot off, points on the board.
And here's Golden State. Here's Hayes. Picked by Fagbenlay. Oh, Brink, get that shot out. Outside Plum. Jackson outside. Van Loo. Here's Brink. Kicks it out to Plum. Back to Hamby. And another shot. And it's Billings with the rebound.
You just assume she's going to knock those down when she's as open as she was there.
Outside Hayes. Back Benlay. She's covered by Hamby. And again, Golden State no good. The Sparks with the lead. And here's Van Loo. Wyatt so far offensively searching for her first points of the game. Pass to Brink. Does not find the basket. Her third miss, and she's just made 1 thus far. And here's Fagbenlay. Outside Hayes. On the wing, Kayla Thornton, guarded by Jackson. Here's Burton. From outside, off the mark. Pass to Plum. Now Hamby. She's covered by Fagbenlay. Now here's Jackson. Outside Plum. Back to Jackson. Over Thornton. Jackson, no good.
That's a shot she's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
And for this Valkyries team in their first season, Tim, what do you like about their roster?
I like the experience they added. Kayla Thornton from the expansion draft, Tiffany Hayes as a free agent. Those two will lead this young roster. Gets another one, but that's only her second make in 7 attempts. Not very accurate so far. Let's see if she can heat up.
Here's Plum. Hamby a screen.
2 minutes remaining. First 2 minutes.
Outside for Van Loo. Brink. Pass to Plum. Valkyries with the rebound.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy, because 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
Tiffany Hayes for 3. Hamby grabs the miss.
Her shot has been off today. With her team leading, perhaps she should maybe focus more on her floor game.
Van Loo. And she tries off the glass, but it's no good. Pass to Hayes. Benlay, high post. And here's Burton, defended by Van Loo. Knocks down the three ball.
Up to the defense, they got to talk to each other. Clearly in air, not getting out there on her three-point attempt.
And they've been looking at a sink offensively.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Julie Van Loo on the wing. She's guarded by Hayes. Pass to Hamby. Outside Plum. Takes the three. The rebound by Thornton.
She can't get anything to drop. And the way she's going, it's probably not something to try to shoot her way out of.
And I'm sure her teammates would agree with that. You know, the last thing they want to see her doing is shooting it more.
The Sparks trailing. It's 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Plum. To the inside. It's stolen by Billings. She gets it up. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. The Valkyries on top. They're up by 6. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from the Valkyries, what do you guys think?
Simple. Defense, defense, defense so far. And they have really clamped up.
Say it one more time, Tim. Defense?
Defense.
Every shooter that challenges their defense has had a hand in their face.
Soft touch off the glass.
They worked it in nicely right there.
Here's Alima. Pass to Stevens. Fades back. Zandalasini pulls it in. Golden State with the ball. They lead by 8. That's the biggest margin of the game. Now Charles from outside the arc. It's up and it's off the mark. One up, one not down. Here's Cannon. Down low. Outside Charles. Here's Zandalasini. Here's Rupert. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. To the paint. Here's Hamby. And so she draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And last season was De'Erica Hamby's 10th in the W, and no doubt about it, her best.
Well, over her first 9 years, she averaged just about 9 points per game. Last year, that average jumped to 17, embracing an increased scoring role.
She's off on the first. Well, the LA Sparks had a nightmare 2024 season, a franchise-worst 8-32 record.
Well, their prized draft pick, Cameron Brink, tears her ACL. The Sparks finished last in offensive rating. 2024 was one to forget for Los Angeles.
No good on the second free throw. After just 15 starts in a rookie season, Cameron Brink unfortunately suffered a torn ACL.
Yeah, a horrible break for Cameron and the LA Sparks. She went second overall in 2024. A two-way star you can build around. It is great to have her back in action for LA.
I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Looked good here, too. I'm as shocked as you.
Stevens, the screen. To the middle. Valkyries with the rebound.
The D was ready for her that time, and they had to be. She is strong in the paint.
Pass to Charles. Inside. And here's Zandalicini. Now here's Charles. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. Zandalicini can't get it to go.
Even against defense as tight as that, you expect her to bury those shots.
I don't know. The defender was on her like glue. It would have been quite a bucket, even though we've seen her hit those in the past.
And basket is good. Got it to go through the contact. So a free throw coming up. Opportunity for a three-point play.
And when you watch Azurá Stevens, what is it that stands out to you?
Well, she's 6'6" to start and excellent at blocking shots, but she's also a very good three-point shooter. So with that length, shooting, and rim protection, Stevens kind of gives you a little bit of everything.
In the offseason, we had our first WNBA expansion draft since 2008.
Yeah, Golden State adding 11 players from other WNBA teams. I liked what the Valkyries did. They got a mix of young, promising players, plus some solid veterans.
Here's Alema. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Timeout called the Sparks.
And the Sparks trading for Kelsey Plum. What a major statement from that front office.
Yeah, they gave up the second overall pick in 2025 to get Kelsey. I think it was a solid move. The Sparks have lacked an elite scoring guard like Plum, and it's sending a clear message. We don't just want to win, we want to win now.
To Cannon. Plum. Offensive board. Hamby sinks that one from the post.
Great positioning from Hamby. Excellent work on the offensive glass.
The Valkyries leading. Now Burton. 5 points in the game. Billings left side. 6 to shoot. Pass to Burton. Three-pointer. Stevens grabs the board. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Alemang, good.
Intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
It's Burton. Kick out to Hayes. Here's Zandalicini. Here's Rupert. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. And it's Hayes missing.
That's too good a look to pass up there, despite the result.
Hamby a screen. here's Alaman. Pass to Hamby. Shoots over Billings. Hamby misses. It's Burton. She's guarded by Alaman. To the inside. Here's Billings. Hamby grabs the miss. The Sparks trailing. Outside Plum. To the paint. And she takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And if they don't start showing some aggression, things are just going to get worse.
It's Burton. She's guarded by Alaman. And here's Burton. 5 points in the game. Rupert. She's guarded by Stevens. Here's Burton. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Past Alaman. Shoots a 3. The Valkyries pull it in. And here's Burton. Here's Billings. She's covered by Hamby. And it's Alaman with the foul. That is her first foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
It's Burton. Five on the clock. Tiffany Hayes for 3. Hamby grabs the miss. Pass to Plum. Back to Hamby. The baseline J. Bagbenley with the rebound. Now Burton. Outside Billings. Now Hayes. Out to the wing. It's Burton. She's guarded by Plum. Good.
She might be undersized as a 6'1" forward, but Thornton makes up for it with touch. Finds ways to score down low.
Plum with it. Looking for her first basket still in this one. And they've been struggling here offensively.
Bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Hamby. That one off the back iron and out.
She hasn't had much success shooting the ball.
It's Burton. She's got 5. Pass to Hayes. Lets the 3 fly. Hamby grabs the miss.
She keeps trying to force it up when she's guarded, and she's just getting brick after brick. Here's my suggestion. Move the ball around.
Good pass work. The assist was right on target.
It's Burton. Thornton. Outside Hayes. Pass to Burton. From downtown. It's hauled in by the Sparks.
I'm not sure why she keeps trying her luck from deep. It's just not working for her.
To the right side. Back to Plum. Now here's Brink. The 3 is up. That one is off. And here's Burton. Pass to Fagbenley. Hamby outside. Inside, Jackson. And that comes off the assist by De'Erica Hamby. Time called here. The Valkyries deciding to talk it over.
Timeout, Valkyries.
Check up steady maintenance. You might lose homies. yeah, I remember you. Always doubted on the kid. What they tend to do. It turns on motivation. What they said to you. Hate mail all day. It's the price that you pay. In the Hall of Fame. Can't get like this. It's gonna take patience. Work constant. Check a steady maintenance. You might lose homies. You might fake friends. Thought you get it in a year. It might take 10. The realest always comes to surface. Do you know your purpose? Oh yeah, I remember you. Always doubted on the kid.
The Valkyries trail. Pass to Billings. Hayes. Back to Billings. And stolen by Cameron Brink. Cameron Brink, get that out.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebounding stats for both teams are almost identical.
Yeah, they battled to a standstill on the boards, but the game isn't over yet. We'll see who keeps up the energy.
Just 5 to shoot, and she gets it to go.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. Just phenomenal ball movement.
Everyone's looking for the best shot, and it's paid off during this run.
It's Burton. 5 points in the game. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, I just think an illegal screen, it's one of the toughest calls for an official to make.
Yeah, you have to appreciate how difficult a job they have to do when it comes to making calls like that. It's not as easy as people might think.
And the refs in this league just do a great job.
Now here's Plum. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Stevens. Count that as her 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
That's a great example of Stevens' comfortability and focus around the basket. So effective down there.
Now Burton. Up top, Billings. Now here is Hayes. Defense is right there. Burton. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Rejected by Azurá Stevens.
Because of Stevens' competitive drive, she doesn't want to allow any easy buckets.
And a second look at that rejection, taking no prisoners on defense there.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not just with more offense, but also with some big-time D.
Shot clock at 2. Hayes.
The tough shots aren't going down for her right now, but the easy ones aren't either, so what do you do?
Plum with it. Let's go with a 3. A shot that time not on target. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Sparks ahead, leading by 5. And don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And it's been a back-and-forth game with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter getting started here. One of the stories here is definitely Stevens being able to get it done.
She broke out her entire arsenal of post moves in the first half, and every one of them was working.
Yeah, and I'm going to call her the magician because I think she might have even a few more tricks up her sleeve, and I think she's going to break them out as we start heading down the stretch.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half to get underway. Hamby sets a screen. To the middle. Here's Brink. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Kelsey Plum.
And 10 of their last 12 points now have come off an assist.
They're just moving the ball well, getting everybody involved.
And here's Golden State. 7-point differential.
Originally drafted by San Antonio, Kelsey Plum was a part of the first 7 Las Vegas Aces seasons.
Yeah, it's a bit odd seeing her in another uniform, but she made an incredible impact in Vegas, part of those 2 title teams, forever a legend in the desert.
Now here's Van Loo. She's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Plum. Fagbenle with the rebound. And it's the Valkyries' ball.
Outside Billings.
Pass to Hayes. It's Burton. Picked by Thornton. The 3. Burton can't hit. And here's Plum. Jackson outside. Hamby. Back to Jackson. Pass to Van Loo. Plum. And the 3 off target.
Well, the team has gotten it done in spite of her performance. She's still 0 for everything from the field.
Now here is Hayes. It's Burton. And out of bounds, the Sparks will take it.
Los Angeles.
Here's a look at the schedule for the Golden State Valkyries. On Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Washington Mystics. Then on Friday, and that's going to start off a road trip in Los Angeles where they're taking on the Sparks.
Well, the road, never the highlight of your schedule for any team, but for this team, it's a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court.
Hamby misses.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a hard time getting it going.
Outside Billings.
Pass to Hayes. Tries to break her ice. It counts and the foul.
It's going to be on Julie Van Loo.
Showing off some strength. Tiffany Hayes, not one to shy away from contact.
Shooting 1.
The main role of Monique Billings on this team is to rebound.
When you look at the advanced numbers for basketball nerds like me, rebounding percentage specifically, Monique Billings is one of the best in league history.
Now here's Brink. Inside.
It's stolen by Fagbenle.
Pass to Burton. And here's Fagbenle. Now Hayes. Burton. She's guarded by Plum. For the tie. But they recover it. Now here is Thornton. It's Burton. 5 points in the game. Thornton for the lead.
And Billings gets the whistle that time.
That's foul number 2 for her. The Sparks with the lead.
And here's Van Loo.
Looking for her first basket still in this one. Now here's Plum. He's covered closely.
Erica Hamby on the wing. She's guarded by Billings.
Van Loo can't hit.
A lot of clanks by them early in the second here so far. Only one make on 5 tries.
Back to Thornton. Launches a 3. And again, Golden State no good. Pass to Plum. It's Burton. She's guarded by Plum. Now Hayes. Now Burton. She's guarded by Plum. 5 to shoot. Now Fagbenle. Over Brink. And again, Golden State no good. Pass to Plum. Shot to end the cold run. Hamby. From down in the low post, it goes.
Got the D worried about her inside and kicked it out for the open jump shot. Nice pass.
Golden State with the ball. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Here's Hayes. And she makes good on the layup.
Well, a quick first step is only a part of what makes Hayes so elusive.
And it's the Sparks ball. The lead is 2. Hamby outside. Here's Plum. And it's out of bounds. The Sparks able to retain possession here. Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the court.
Down low. Banked in off the glass.
Well, when Kelsey Plum is getting buckets inside, it's scary because she already does so much damage with her playmaking and perimeter game.
To the paint. Here's Fagbenle. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's what the fake's there for. Get your defender off her feet and drive right around her.
Outside Plum. Hamby with the ball. Billings is there. Hamby sets a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cameron Brink from the arc. It's good from long range.
If someone is open, Plum will find them. She's got phenomenal court vision.
Now here is Thornton. Pass to Hayes. Now here's Fagbenle. Brink covering. Just 4 to shoot. Tiffany Hayes for 3. Hamby grabs the miss.
They had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And when she's open like that, you don't see her miss that sort of look very often.
To the inside. It's stolen by Fagbenle. Tiffany Hayes on the wing. She's guarded by Plum. Now Hayes. She's got 13. Takes the 3. And Brink brings down the board.
She may have been surprised to find herself so open. I mean, maybe that's why she missed.
Well, this is the first season of Valkyries basketball, so what's a realistic goal for this team?
Well, to me, Blake, it's about getting a solid base, an identity, fan base, develop players, and you can't worry too much about wins and losses as an expansion team.
Time called here. The Valkyries deciding to talk it over. Valkyries trail. Outside Hayes. Shoots the three. And again, Golden State no good.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass.
It certainly wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap. Well, this is the time to push it and try to extend the lead. They are looking determined.
Yeah, you love to make this kind of push in the third quarter and set yourself up well for crunch time.
It's a big difference having a bigger lead going into the fourth.
Here's Rupert. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Count it.
Makes a good team a great team. It's Hayes' intensity that gets her whole team going.
And the Sparks with possession here. Aleman with it. From beyond the arc, another three for the Sparks.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed coming from beyond the arc.
Now here's Billings.
Pass to Hayes.
Back to Billings.
The Sparks grab the miss. Here's Burrell. Stevens the screen. Tipped. And that'll be Los Angeles ball as it goes out of bounds. Sparks able to keep the ball here. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Cannon. Clock at 6. Launches it. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, defensively, they're just looking for answers. Ever since halftime, they've seemed kind of disjointed, out of sync. They've got to get back on the same page.
Now here's Charles. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
What an alert play. It's just a great job of hitting her teammate on the move.
Here's Alema. Outside Stevens. Another three for the Sparks.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looked shell-shocked.
And now that they're rolling from out there, you've got to get it in their jersey and try to deny those looks.
Especially how well people shoot threes these days.
Sandelasini can't get it to go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that one.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Here's Stevens. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Sparks ahead, up by 15. And we'll be back right after this. Getting underway in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things can change. Outside Charles. Pass to Sandelasini. Misses the three.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. You've got to go right back to that shot.
Here's Burrell. She tries for three. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
After what was just a horrendous shooting performance in the first half, they're finally starting to find their stroke.
And it's just amazing that they have the lead with how poorly they shot in the first half, but they've defended at a very high level and are in control.
It's tipped and stolen by Stevens. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over 1 minute played. Burrell, no good. And here's Charles. Pass to Burton. Fires the three. Hamby grabs the miss.
She's still looking for her first three-pointer of the second half after hitting just one three-pointer in the first half.
Here's Alema, expanding her range, sinks the triple.
Boy, Brian, that's 5 straight made three-pointers. The defense giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide-open threes, but they just aren't figuring it out.
You go out there and tell them, Brian.
Okay, maybe I will.
It's Burton. Pass to Zondalacini. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball at one end with their own.
A three-point battle starting to take shape here.
Now here's Hamby. Spins. Shot clock at 5. With the shot. Valkyries with the rebound.
Not our best game, but they're getting it done collectively.
To the middle. Shot's good by Rupert.
That's terrific use of the bounce pass.
And the Sparks call time here.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Outside Plum. Alema. Pass to Cannon. And it's out of bounds. The Sparks able to retain possession here.
A nice play to get a hand to that pass and tip it out of bounds.
She was just a hair away from coming up with the steal there. Good effort.
Shot clock at 6. Stevens, that's good.
Yeah, and earlier in the game, they had trouble getting on track, shooting at such a poor percentage, but they've overcome that, and they look in sync here.
Now Zondalacini. Pass to Burton. Zondalacini. And here's Burton. She's guarded by Aleman. No good on the triple.
They've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers, too.
Yeah, it's been a gritty performance and a physical brand of basketball, but hey, that's how you win.
Bring your lunch pail.
Now here's Charles. Back Benley. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Beautiful dish down low.
Now the Sparks with it. 15-point game. Pass to Plum. Hamby. Using the post moves to get the 2 points. It's Burton. Pass to Fagmenley. It's Burton. Lets it go from deep. Hamby grabs the miss. And it's the Sparks ball. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. And here is Aleman. Plum, guarded by Charles. Here's the teardrop. And the rebound goes to the Valkyries.
It's been that kind of a game for her, but look, the team is still winning, so keep your head up and just try to move on and be better from this.
Now here's Fagbenle.
Pass to Burton. From the arc, hits the three-point bomb.
And she had one in the first as well, and look, we all know that she can be dangerous from downtown, so the defense can't forget about her.
Now here's Alaman. Now here's Hamby. Hamby a screen. Here's Cannon. And she drops in the layup off glass.
She's got a great read of where that miss was going, and that enabled her to be the first player to it and get the putback.
And so it's Golden State with it. They trail by 16. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Hamby. Good on the shot.
The D can't give Hamby, open lanes to the basket. That's just asking to be burnt.
Pass to Zondalacini. Here's Fagbenle. Deflected. Stolen by Plum. And that one good.
Offensively, they seem to have really turned a corner.
Yeah, just a much better half since they changed baskets, and they're looking strong.
And here's Burton. And here's Fagbenle. Pass to Burton. The three. Unable to get that one to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason they have absolutely just controlled this game.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative for sure.
And it started out with the rebounding. It sets a tone.
They're really on back foot at this point.
Yeah, at both ends of the floor. Things are just not going their way.
Here's Zondalacini. Here's Fagbenle. She's guarded by Stevens. 6 to shoot. Pass to Charles. Burton. Pulls up on the elbow. It's hauled in by Cannon. Now the Sparks with it. Outside Plum. Now Cannon. Stevens. She's covered by Fagbenle. Now here's Alaman. Hamby sets a screen. Zondalacini pulls it in.
She had all the space she needed, but just could not find the bottom of the bucket.
The three-pointer off the mark. And the Sparks with possession here. Outside Plum.
One thing we can all agree on, it's great to see the WNBA continue to expand.
Yeah, the Bay Area finally got a team, and they followed that up quickly by announcing teams in Toronto and Portland.
And remember, too, 3 more teams are coming after those 2 in Toronto and Portland. And beyond those 3 teams that they're going to add, the league got so many bids from pretty much everywhere in this country and in Canada as well.
Now here's Alaman. Pass to Cannon. Plum. Puts up a 3. They get it back. Now Cannon. Outside Plum. Now Alaman. Tries a 3 with the second effort, and it's good on the lay-in.
And I like the energy Stevens showed right there, refusing to quit on the offensive glass.
Pass to Zondalacini. It's Burton. They need this. She gets it in there. Alaman with it. Down low. And the basket by Hamby.
Terrific run to put this ball game away.
And now let's see just how much longer they keep that foot on the accelerator.
Yeah, got to keep it on the accelerator to the finish line.
Now Burton. Outside Charles. Pass to Zondalesini. The three-pointer, no good.
The defense has nothing to worry about out there with her shooting because she just can't dial it in from deep this half.
Now here's Alaman. Here's Hamby. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Nimble move by Hamby, getting around the contact into the shot.
It's Burton. And so it's the Sparks taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them and an enemy territory, no less.
It was enemy territory, but with the way that they controlled the game, they took the crowd completely out of it. That's how to get it done on the road.
That'll do it for our broadcast, everyone.